We are loyal. We are beautiful. We are magnificent. Made by his image, right? That's what the good book says. But to me, even outside of that, when I look at my own being, biology, and a child, I see God. I see how beautiful we are when I see his creation. Everything on earth that is alive reminds me of God. And I'm not saying I don't see God in the beautiful architecture in Rome or the magnificent Paris or my country's churches, right? It's, when I say my country, all the architectures in the third world, right? And I actually believe real art and fashion was birthed in Africa. But that's not the point I'm making, right? I'm talking about a human being. So if we can't create ourselves, then this magnificent power must have created us, right? There must be something that's beautiful that created me, that created the flower, that created every single thing on earth. And even through the beauties that man creates, he inspires, right? And so that is what you are. But we are living the total opposite of that, confused, scared for no reason, fearful thinking, limited thinking. We don't even know where it derives from, because we are allowing these entities take over us, right? The opposite of us. Because to me, man is both God and devil within himself. Whichever seed you cultivate, you become more of. Fear, self-doubt, hatred, all those will create a fruit, just as confidence, self-love, positive thinking would create its own fruits, right? Although it's impossible to be and feel positive all the time, right? Because we have learned otherwise, and we have been cultivating this negative way of thinking for a long time, right? But we can't stop it, right? We can't stop feeding it. Not ignore it. No. Not ignore it until it fade away. No, that used to be my belief. No, you have to look at it dead in the eye, but once and for all, not repeatedly. Because the more attention, where attention goes, energy goes, and then energy must give life. So how do we become beautiful? It starts from the beginning, right? Just like any plant, any flower needs to be cultivated from the beginning by ridding off the weed so it won't take off its nutrition, by giving it water, the proper attention, that this flower will blossom, or this apple tree, right, will blossom into apple, that it was just a seed. And just like that, human beings can also become fruitful. We are created with a seed within ourselves, but we don't know. We don't acknowledge that. Hence, we don't cultivate. Hence, we don't get to see the fruit. So we live a life that we do not enjoy, and we die. But how do we fix that? Right? It must be from a young age, from a baby. How you take care of your baby, because babies are loyal. Babies are beautiful. I just started watching, like, usually this happens to me right in the middle of, I watch something that is like very much interested to me. I cannot just watch anything, but I just started Rosemary's Baby, season 1, episode 1, part 1. How is this episode 1 though? Oh shit, okay, whoa, it's a 2-hour episode? wait a minute, 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm like 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, I don't know. I'm on episode 2. But anyways, I'm thinking, you know, how like the ladies preparing Rosemary into becoming a mother, right? Here I am thinking these rich folks, like, right, like they are luring them and they don't know it yet. But I'm thinking, imagine like whatever she's like whispering something as she's making her the soup or the food, whatever she's making for Rosemary. And I'm thinking, you know, this lady is cultivating the dark force, the dark power within her, the devil version of herself, right? And so when this baby's born, I don't know, maybe her and her husband can't have babies, right? And when this baby's born, do you really think he's only gonna consider his parents' advice or like suggestions? And this is even if his parents are like loving and, you know, very much involved in his life, especially in the most important times, right? Because babies are loyal, babies are beautiful, right? They will remember all the people that are in their life that give them life. I mean, that give them love. So like this lady could be as much involved in this baby's life, right? And there comes a time to be initiated. He will do things that this lady would ask him. Why? Because she's gonna prepare him from a young age, cultivating a side of himself that he doesn't know. So she doesn't necessarily have to give birth to him, right? So it's all about telling you how you shape a man, how you shape a baby's head. You get to control him as a man. That is what has been done to us, the regular people is what they like to call us, right? If you're working for money, you're regular. Sorry to break it to you, because you have not accepted and acknowledged yourself as the creator that you are. And money is not the solution for everything. And especially this new world that we are evolving to, you must acknowledge yourself as a creator. That's the only way the almighty power can use you. So you can give birth to beautiful things that would serve one another, because we are here to serve one another. My favorite it's not a saying, it's a concept. It's at the end of I believe it's the seven spiritual law of the seven spiritual law by Deepak Chopra, right? Like at the end of the book, he talks about, I just want to tell you this, right? I'm paraphrasing, by the way. Looking at our biology, he said that each organ was made to serve one another. When one organ fails, there's a disruption that happens within the body, right? It's like when you have a headache, your body's signaling, right? It's like all organ is working together to tell you, hey, there's a part of your body that needs help. Maybe you're thirsty. Maybe it's too much screen time. Maybe you need to close your eyes and moisturize the eyes, right? Maybe you need some mint essential oil to calm you down, to open up all your like your breathing system, blah blah blah. I'm not a doctor, so I can't explain the human part, the body parts like that, but I understand it enough on my own life to serve me, and it has been helping me, right? So where am I going with this? So we were here to serve one another, right? How do you know that you are living your soul's calling? Is by how much of a service that you are giving. And that is the law, right? How much you are willing and truthfully, you have to be, look. Every time I do this, I get emotional. Because I just had a epiphany of, or a glimpse of my whole life. I mean, the last 5 years especially, how the universe is serving me, right? To me, my worst my worst enemy is working. Like the worst thing for me, that's it in my life right now. If you ask me what's the worst thing that you hate, is working, right? And that was also the reason for my spiritual awakening, or what led to my spiritual awakening, was, work becoming hard. It's like every time I go to work, it's becoming like, what the fuck? I feel more delusional every time. There comes a time every time I clock in, like I feel crazy, like losing my mind almost, like going mad even, right? But then again, I can't handle it because I don't have the answer, right? Because as an adult, you must work, you have responsibilities. What the fuck you think you're going to do if you don't work? And how dare I even say that to myself, let alone tell someone else? You know what I mean? So I kept it to myself. But there comes a time, right? You need to wake up. When the student is ready, the teacher will show up, right? So I talk about this on my first book, but when you're ready, the universe will find a way to speak to you. That's all I can tell you. All the right situations, circumstances, people, places, the universe speaks to you through everything, because God is in everything. Whatever it is that you're comfortable calling it, I know there has to be one creator. Because for the world to look this beautiful, right, it has to be one. Because people don't get a look at us. It's like, anyways, that's not the point. So again, my point is, I'm all about child psychology, right? And in my generation, the reason why we are like that, walking around with no fruits, everyone miserable, just pay attention the next time you go to a grocery store or wherever it is where there are people. And we continue to reproduce. That's my problem, right? They say when you find a problem in life, you have found your purpose, right? Because you're here to create a solution for it. As a 35-year-old woman living in America, and especially as a foreigner, right? Giving birth, I'm like past my time. According to my culture, according to the culture that I was actually born in, let alone just America, right? But I refuse to do so because I strongly believe I need to give birth to my own self first. All of us have this unique individual gifts that we were supposed to give birth before we reproduce. Right? How can you answer your child's questions when you have not even figured out what life is for yourself, but you go ahead and reproduce? What the fuck is happening? And the reason why the majority is miserable, because your children are growing up to be just like you. I think, to me, the most selfish thing a man can do is to create children when he's so fucking confused and he's not even happy with life. Why? Your parents made the same mistake. They had you thinking, oh, there's the saying, oh, a child is a gift, a child brings prosperity, blah, blah, blah. Really? If you're a Kevin Hart fan, right? That's how I feel. Like, really? Because look at the world. The majority is poor. The majority of the world is poor, but we continue to reproduce. Why? Because that's just what we've been told. Right? You're like being created to be this perfect slave. You think slavery stopped? Slavery is in the mind, if you ask me. You have a child, you're even in more deep shit now, deep depth, because you have more responsibility. So forget about dreaming. Even that little bit hope that you have about your dream of becoming whatever it is that you want, that's even if you can remember, right? Most don't. But we need to fucking wake up. Are you happy? You must be genuinely happy. I'm not talking about this excitement, that where it makes the body agitated type of excitement, because the highest you go, the lowest you're gonna go too. So the body likes it when you're good. I just want to be good every day, waking up, give gratitude, thanks, hey, I'm back on earth, okay, I'm alive, so there must be something more that I have to do. But you can come to that genuine happiness and genuine respect for life can only come when you are serving your purpose. Because purpose drives a man. That is where your life force comes from. Even with that, life is going to be difficult, right? Every day you're not going to be happy with everything. No, because we learn from problems. But you can solve your problems with love when you are living the life that you want. But imagine you're living a life that you hate. On top of that, you have to deal with problems. That's misery. And that is what the majority of the world is living. And this is what planet Earth is trying to tell us. If you ask me what LA fire is, there's going to be a lot more. Christians will tell you, oh, the year of 8,000 blood. Every culture has their own myths. But everyone can understand if you go within yourself. Do we respect planet Earth? Do we? Individually, ask yourself, be honest. No. So of course, it's like ready to wash itself. Because planet Earth does not need us. We need it. We need the trees. We need the plants. Earth exists way before man came to it, right? But what has man did so far? Like all the war, like look at it. It was just disruption after disruption. It's like, what is wrong with us? When are we gonna learn? And you would think, oh, the more we advance, like the more educated we become, knowledge is power. No, we're becoming more greedy. And still not happy, and still we don't learn the lesson. You don't take not one bit of your riches when you die. You come alone, you go alone, you go out alone. What more example can God give us? What more? The manual for life is within us, and all the books that have been written, especially in this generation. It's like ignorance is a choice, because information is like on the tip of your finger. You don't even have to go to the library and read a book that's like 300 pages. You can literally Google anything and it's right there. You can literally go to YouTube and listen to any book through audio. But no, we're becoming more lazy and lazy. So we need that microwave success. So teenagers are like killing themselves before they even start to live. Why? Because there's so much information coming at them before their brain has developed, right? I'm a psychology student. I can speak on this. I have the right. Hey, you can't tell me shit now, thanks to 2020. And that voice that was making me feel like you're inadequate. How can you write self-help? How can you talk about positive psychology? I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go get this degree. And I did. Graduated last year, August 25th, 2024. Today's Monday, January 27th. I don't know why. Anyways. But if these teenagers were cultivated, right, the educational system can help. Because where do children spend the majority of their time? At school. So something must be wrong with the school, with the educational system. That man is like living just a total merde. No substance, nothing significant about people. Everybody want to be famous, but famous for what? They don't even know. Everybody want to just they just want likes. They're measuring the value of their lives based on how many likes their photo receives. You're not a fucking model. You're not advertising anything. It's like, what are you giving me? Like a good fashion? What are you even advertising? You just want to be liked. Not anything is wrong with that, but like, it's not benefiting you. I'm not against social media, Fabe, or influencers, whatever, but what are you influencing? Is it like nurturing you is the point? Are you genuinely happy? Most people are not. You can see it. They wake up, the first thing they do is like cover their face with foundation. It's like, whoop, mold their face. It's like, to me, in this generation, I look at my surrounding, right? It's like why do you want to add work on yourself? Like waking up 30 minutes early so you can beat that face into what? Into like how you want it, but the creator already created you. But no, you refuse to accept the way you look. The moment you refuse to accept yourself, guess what? That's what you attract. Right? So the devil in you tells you, aha, see, I told you, no one respects you. I told you no one likes you. But how many ugliest motherfuckers do we know, like, scored the most beautiful girl, or the most ugliest girl with the most beautiful man? It's because how she feels inside. It's all about how you feel inside. But that feeling can only be cultivated at an early age. And children right now, they're growing up off of fucking social media. Their concept of value is fucking filtered, like, to the total wrong, like, deception, like, fucked up concept. A 12-year-old is already doing a makeup tutorial. It's like, oh my god, I'm 35 years old. I don't even know how to do makeup. I don't even know what is bronze, whatever. I don't even know. I barely know how to do my eyebrows. My makeup is mascara and lipstick, thank God. And I don't need it because I focus on eating healthy food. So, hey, my skin is fine. My skin, people think I'm wearing foundation. Anyways, that's not the point. How can we fix this? Again, we're going to have to go back to the childhood age. If you cannot be in your child's life, you have no right to give birth. Now, everybody is going to be against this, yeah. But be honest. Are your children bringing you happiness, really? What is this, like, this fear when a woman hits 30? Like, if she's not going to have a baby, it's like death. What the fuck? No. Why would I want to bring a child into poverty? And I haven't even answered my own questions. I don't even understand life. I don't even understand what it means to live. So why am I producing? Oh, the Bible said this, that, we were supposed to be reproducing. That was a long time ago, bruh. Not today. Not today. Shit. Because if that wasn't the case, God would not create abortion. God would not create Plan B. God would not create birth control. Because we are stressing ourselves. And these children that we are giving birth out of stress are creating more stress. And guess what? We fucking share air, the air that we breathe. So compassion is like gone. Right? Both the single woman that's 25 and the 35 with 3 kids, they both have equal stress. Why? Because the 25 is also looking at it and breathing your stress and shit. Like, ugh, like, right? Like, it's just irritating. And at work, they expect us, the ones without no children, to be, more available, or it's like get a second choice for off days. Get the fuck out of here. They say, oh, I have a child. So you chose to fucking have a child. I don't give a fuck. Why would I trade you my off day? They make it seem like I have an obligation. What? Fuck out of here. Anyways, I don't even want to sound like this. It's just a sensitive subject for me. It's a long time built up emotion that has been suppressed. Now it is ready. It is time to let it out. See, I've been like this my whole life, but hey, I'm 35 years old right now. If I talked about this 10 years ago, 15 years or 20 years ago in my 20s, nobody would listen to me. And nobody did listen to me. They brush, oh, it's okay. And it's actually people like you, they're going to have a child. They used to say that to me. It's people like you. When they're young, they say, I won't have kids. They're the ones that are going to have a child at a early age. Nah, not me. But I paid attention. And I'm not even saying only the rich must have a child. No. The point is, have you find out the way to genuinely be happy? Because if you have, then you have found your passion. If you find your passion, you found God. You found your purpose. if you have a genuine interest that you put in effort to create, that's your connection. You have found your communication with God, right? I'm not talking about having a certain amount of money to be able to be eligible to be a parent. No. I'm just emphasizing, when you're fucking poor, it's more trouble to raise a child. And all this stress-based diseases, especially mental health right now in America, derives from stress. And that stress mostly comes, again, this is all that I learned in psychology, right? And to me, my actually degree didn't really, I don't give that much credit. I mean, yes, I learned some things in detail, like statistically, right? Number-wise, percentage. Yes, I learned things like that in detail. But to me, life was my first school. Living life itself should be a school, but we live through muscle memory, right? Just as when you clock in and clock out, the way you treat your job, you treat your life the same way. You clock out, get in your car, get that blunt or whatever it is, happy hour, or you get a glass of wine, you cook dinner, you pick up the kid, you do everything through muscle memory. You go to sleep, you wake up. It's like my favorite human, Joe Dispenza, talks about. You hurry up and you wake up, you hurry up and you get your favorite mug, you hurry up, you get dressed, you hurry up and you get to work, you hurry up and you get off work, you hurry up and drive, you come home, it's like, you don't even know what the fuck you're running for. Hurrying for. Right? I see my friends like driving, it's like speeding, always rushing. It's like, what is wrong? What are you rushing? Where are we going? We're going out to eat. Why are you rushing? Right? I only rush when I'm like late for work or late for something. But you see, because we've been cultivated to learn to live a certain way from a very young age, like starting at the right time, because they know. You get a 4-year-old into school and you tell him that he must sit still, he must go to school, he can't have it, his parents can't help him, right? He must listen to the teacher. It's like, I'm powerless. Do you see how much powerlessness being ingrained into us? You grow up like that. Like when you're 25, it's that same feeling that you felt as a 4-year-old. Oh, you know what? I don't want to listen to this voice that always talks about, I want this, I should do this, I should dream. No. Next thing you know, not even age 12, you're already forgotten who you are, and you're just ready to conform. That is what the educational system does to us. Day by day, clipping off our, the feather from our wings so we don't fly. And some of us that fight. I mean, thank God, most of us right now, like, we are waking up, we're fighting for our voice and our dreams, and this voice within us that's like, that doesn't want to give up. We're like learning to cultivate that, thank God. And I'm one more addition to that tribe, right? That's why I'm doing this now. I never saw myself to be on YouTube or whatever, but it's time. When it's time, it's time. I have to find a way to share my perspective, right? So, yeah. To close it off would be, the key or the answer to life is in childhood. Even your own. As an adult, if you want to fix your life, if you're not happy, you have to go back to childhood and save the children. And if you're single, right, and you haven't figured out your life yet, you got no business of having a baby. And females really need to understand and take back their power, because women has a lot of suppressed emotions. As a 35 with 4 kids, the lady that I was just talking to, she's our new security. No, she said she was 36 years old and she got 4 kids, all from 4 different. I'm just like, when are you gonna learn? Like, what is happening, right? I couldn't even talk to her. I was like, well, I'm sorry, may God help you. And I just shared some, YouTube videos that could possibly help her. What helped me. And I know she's not gonna listen to it. Because I heard her as soon as she turned around, girl, you have no idea who I was talking to. And I was laughing, like, of course, this is gibberish. What I said to her was gibberish. She won't understand. But I did try to explain to herself. Hopefully, maybe her subconscious heard me, because she was looking at me like I'm an alien, right? It's a good thing. People always listen to me because I'm too pretty. I'm like very exotic, like magazine beauty. So people listen. They can't just brush me off. There's something mesmerizing in my eyes. And I know that because every time I look at a mirror, it makes me happy. And I am not narcissist, and I'm not like... Anyways, if you know what I'm trying to say. It has zero, what is it? It has nothing to do with ego. Yeah, zero relationship with ego. That's not what I was saying.